Thank you for choosing ApplianceVideo.com. In this video, we will be replacing the Defrost Heater. The Defrost Heater is most commonly used in many Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and Roper refrigerators. Our experts give this repair a level 2 skill rating, level 2 being fairly simple and may require some specialty tools. The average time of completion for this repair is 20 minutes. ApplianceVideo.com advises you to take caution while performing this repair. During this video, you will see caution icons appear on the screen. Such icons include sharp edges, water damage, gas and fire hazards, lifting hazards, delicate components, electrical dangers, and state-regulated materials. You will need the following tools to complete this repair: a 1/4-inch nut driver and a number 2 slotted screwdriver. Stop. Before you begin this repair, make sure the appliance is unplugged from the wall outlet. Step 1. Removing the ice maker. To remove the ice maker, we must first completely remove the bottom 1/4-inch mounting screws using a 1/4-inch nut driver. With the bottom screw removed, locate the 2 remaining screws within the ice maker. Simply loosen both of the screws, as they do not need to be completely removed. Now let's remove the ice maker. Lift the ice maker up from the top mounting screws and pull away from the back fill tube. Now, disconnect the wiring harness by pulling outward on the Release Disconnect tab. Step 2. Removing the evaporator cover. To remove the evaporator cover, we must first remove the glass freezer shelf. To do so, carefully grasp the shelf and pull straight out. Now, completely remove the back ice maker mounting screw. This screw may get in the way of removing the back cover. Next, we must gain access to the ground wire located behind the metal plate located at the top left-hand corner of the freezer. Using a 1/4-inch nut driver, remove the screw holding the plate in place, and then slide it off. Then simply slide the green ground wire clip off the metal tab. Next, we must remove the 4 screws holding the evaporator cover in place. Using a 1/4-inch nut driver, remove the 2 1/4-inch screws on the lower back panel shroud. Then, remove the remaining 2 screws on the evaporator cover. Take note, the 2 longer screws are from the bottom of the shroud, and the 2 shorter screws are from the upper evaporator cover. Before removing the rear panel, tuck the wires back to prevent them from getting damaged. Next, lift up on the lower lip of the shroud, unsnap, and then remove it. Now grasp the top of the air tower. Carefully lift up as you pull out and completely remove the evaporator cover and air tower. Take caution when lifting up and out, not to damage the foam air ducts. Step 3. Removing the defrost heater. In some instances, the evaporator may be frozen with ice. In order to complete the repair, the ice needs to be melted. The defrost heater is located at the bottom of the evaporator. In order to remove the evaporator, we must first remove the 4 styrofoam pieces blocking access to it, which are located around the evaporator assembly. First, remove the bottom 2 air ducts by rocking them back and forth as you pull up. Several refrigerator models have 2-piece styrofoam air ducts. The smaller piece may get stuck if frozen. Now remove the 2 slide styrofoam spacers. Simply pull straight out. Next, we will unplug the heater from its wire harness located at the top left side. To do so, lift up on the locking tabs as you pull both sides of the connector apart. Next, we will lift up the evaporator. The evaporator is filled with refrigerant, so do not bend or kink either of the lines. Be careful when touching any of the fins on the evaporator, as they are very sharp. Lift straight up, unlocking the slide-in locking tabs. Elevate the right side of the evaporator slightly and pull forward. Next, we will need to bend the bottom tabs of the evaporator located on each side. Bend the inner tab towards the evaporator and the outer tab away from the evaporator. The defrost heater can now be removed by pulling it down from the evaporator. Now, remove the heat transfer strip. To do so, use a 1/4-inch nut driver to remove the screw that holds the heat transfer strip in place. Bend the transfer strip and remove. Step 4. Replacing the defrost heater. Now that we have our new heater, let's install it. Slide the new heater into the evaporator slots, which we have angled out to allow access without damaging any components. To hold the heater in place, we will need to bend the mounting tabs back into place. These tabs are located at the bottom of the evaporator, on both sides. Now we will install the heat transfer strip. Bend the strip around the heater and secure it with a 1/4-inch screw we removed earlier. Next, we will mount the evaporator assembly back into place. Be sure the heat transfer strip is aligned with the defrost drain hole, and gently push the evaporator back in place, locking it to the 2 slide tabs. Now replace the styrofoam pieces. To reinstall the 2 bottom air ducts, simply push them down into place. When replacing the side spacers, take note of their shapes. The L-shaped spacer must be installed on the left side. Simply push them back into place. Lastly, reconnect the power source. The connectors are keyed and will only fit one way. Snap them together until they are locked into place. Step 5. Replacing the evaporator cover. Now reinstall the back panel. Align the plastic cover air duct with the center of the styrofoam air duct. Then insert the bottom of the evaporator cover behind the styrofoam air ducts, and then tilt the top of the panel into place. To reinstall the bottom shroud, align the 2 tabs on the shroud with the corresponding holes near the evaporator assembly and push into place. Now, reinstall the 4 screws removed from step 2. The 2 longer screws will secure the bottom evaporator shroud, and the 2 shorter screws will secure the back of the evaporator panel. Using a 1/4-inch nut driver, replace the 2 short screws into the evaporator and the 2 long screws into the bottom of the shroud cover. Be sure not to over-tighten. Now, reinstall the green ground wire clip to the metal tab located in the icemaker wiring harness access hole. Secure the panel back into place by using the 1/4-inch screws. Step 6. Replacing the icemaker. First, reconnect the icemaker to the wiring harness. The harness is keyed and it will only connect one way. Push the wires through the back slot of the rear panel assembly. Then align the fill tube to the cup opening on the rear of the icemaker and push it into place. Next, reposition the icemaker over the 2 upper mounting screws. Slide down over the 2 screws and it will rest into place. Now, insert and tighten the lower 1/4-inch mounting screw. With the bottom screw tightened, complete this repair by tightening the 2 upper mounting screws. Now reconnect the appliance to the wall outlet. Congratulations! You have just successfully replaced the defrost heater. Be sure to visit ApplianceVideo.com for all of your future repairs, where you can find everything from the tools and the parts you need to the videos that will help you do it right the first time.